Hello, I'm Boston, moderator for these HTML and CSS Introductory Series. This episode we'll be inserting a logo in the form of an image into our header that we created in a previous episode. As always, if you're just joining us, please preview the previous videos in this series as this one starts where the last ended. First thing we're going to do is select the image that represents our logo and place it inside of the image folder that is within our root folder on our desktop or wherever your root folder is located. A couple of things here. You have several options as far as format to consider when it comes to the images that are available for you to use. To keep it simple, we will utilize either JPEG or PNG as the format for our images throughout this series. Of course, greater detail is explored during our full course. Now that our image is within our folder, we want to go to our HTML sheet and place an image element within our header element directly before the nav element. The IMG element or image element is a self-closing element and therefore does not have a separate closing tag. After this, we want to add a path to our IMG element within the value of our source attribute. Then you should also include, in addition, an alt attribute and its value of the image's description for SEO purposes. We want to go to our HTML sheet. Within our header element, directly before the nav element, we want to place an image element or IMG with the source attribute, and we want to value it for this moment at pound. The image element is a self-closing element, so we just want to put a backslash and another angle bracket or the exit angle bracket. You can use the backslash on self-closing elements, or you don't have to. After this, we want to add a path to our IMG element or to our image element within the value of our source attribute. After that, you should also include an additional alt attribute and its value of the image's description for SEO purposes. Again, in our HTML sheet, we want to take our image element and to the source attribute, we want to add our image's location within its value. So, basing that, parentheses, and in this case our logo is in our image folder, dot dot, backslash and the name of your image. And after that, we want to add an alt attribute. Value with a description of our image, which in this case is logo. And we use this for SEO purposes. Backslash angle bracket. For this lesson, all image sizing should be completed before its placement in your page. Again, for this lesson, all image sizing should be completed before its placement in your page. Save, refresh, review. Notice that our logo image did not show up in our website. Go back to your index sheet. Go to your source attribute and remove the dot dot from in front of images in the value. And in my case, I need to add a space behind the BC as the image name has a space before the .jpg. Your image name has to be exact or your image will not show up. And in the case of the images folder, sometimes you have to send the address back a folder, and you do that by placing a // in front of your images folder's name. But in this case, we didn't need the // Save, refresh, review. When we look at our logo, you can't help but see it's at the top of our header. We fixed this in the style sheet by creating a header element encasing an image element by placing the header selection followed by an image selection within our style sheet. Then space, curly brackets, and our margin dimensions within our curly brackets. Again, on our style sheet .css, we want to place a header element encasing an image element and give it attributes of margin, with a value of top 15 pixels, right side 20 pixels, no, top 15 pixels, right side 0 pixels, bottom 15 pixels, and left side 20 pixels. Colon, curly bracket. Again, in the CSS style sheet or .css, place a header image element with a margin attribute valued at 15, 0, 15, 20. Again, that's 15 top, 0 right, 15 bottom, 20 left. This is the order of which dimensional values are written: top, right, bottom, and left. FYI, I calculated my logo placement by taking my header height, subtracting my image height, then dividing it by 2, which left me with 15 pixels on the top, 15 pixels on the bottom. Save, refresh, review. This concludes episode 5 of this basic HTML and CSS series. Please like and continue in order with the next episode. Please also take the time to let the sponsors' messages that precede these lessons play out in its entirety. It takes less than a minute and truly helps us to cover a little of the expense it costs us to provide these coding lessons. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Peace.